All right, welcome. Today we are getting into something that is, no joke, one of the biggest decisions your business can make: finding the right SEO expert. This is one of those choices that can either launch you into the stratosphere or, well, become a super expensive mistake. So let's break down how you can nail this decision.
I mean, who isn't, right? That #1 spot on Google, it's everything. It's the best real estate on the internet. But here's the thing. Getting there isn't about luck, and it's definitely not magic. It's about having a smart, calculated plan.
And that really gets to the heart of it. You're not just buying a service here. You're bringing someone into the inner circle and trusting them with a massive part of your company's growth. The stakes are incredibly high, which is exactly why you have to get this right.
So let's talk about those high stakes for a minute. Before we even get into the how-to, you need to be totally clear on how bad the wrong choice can be. Seriously, understanding the risks is the absolute first step in making sure you avoid them.
Here's what you gotta understand. A bad SEO person doesn't just mean you stand still. No, it's much worse. They can actually send you backward. You burn through time, you waste your budget, and, the real kicker, your rankings can actually drop. It's a triple threat you just can't afford to face.
So, how do you steer clear of that whole disaster? Well, what we're going to do now is give you a simple framework. Think of it as your field guide for telling the real pros from the wannabe pretenders. This is your toolkit.
Pretty much every single person you talk to is going to fall into one of these two buckets. On one side, you've got the pro. They're open, they're strategic, and everything they do is backed by data. Then you've got the pretender. You'll recognize them by their vague answers, their talk of risky shortcuts, and promises that just sound way too good to be true. Keep these two profiles in your head, it'll make everything else so much clearer.
Okay, with that pro versus pretender framework in mind, your first move is super simple. You need to see proof. This is where you cut right through the sales pitch and get down to what really matters: hard evidence.
Honestly, this might be the single most important question you ask. It's simple, it's direct, and it's a total non-negotiable. If they hesitate, if they get defensive, that's a huge red flag. A real professional is proud of their results and should be excited to show them to you.
And when they do show you their results, you need to know what to look for. Don't get distracted by fuzzy vanity metrics. You're looking for results that actually move the needle for a business. Show me the ranking improvements for keywords that matter. Show me the real measurable growth in website traffic. And most importantly, show me the conversion wins. That means more leads, more sales, more of whatever it is that actually grows your business.
Okay, so let's say they did it. They showed you some awesome past results. That's great. But that's only half the battle. The next critical step is to find out how they're going to get those results for you. We're moving from past promises to their future process.
A true pro won't just say, "Don't worry, we'll handle it." Nope, they'll have a clear, step-by-step process. It almost always starts with a deep, comprehensive audit of your website. From there, they'll do in-depth keyword research, and then they'll build a clear strategy that covers all the bases: the technical side, to make sure Google can even understand your site; the on-page stuff, which is all about your content; and the off-page strategy, which is how you build authority online.
And you know how they do all that? With professional tools. They need to live inside things like Google Analytics and Google Search Console. That's basically a direct line to Google telling you how your site is doing. And they should be using other industry-standard software for audits and tracking. If they have the right tools, it shows you they're making decisions based on data, not just a gut feeling.
All right, let's get into a really important topic now. We're talking about how you measure success, but just as crucial, what are the red flags that signal you're heading into dangerous territory?
See, a great partner is always focused on the metrics that actually matter to your business. Organic traffic? That's not just a number. That's more potential customers walking through your digital front door. Conversions? That's the sound of the cash register ringing, people taking the action you want them to take. And keyword rankings? That's all about your visibility for the searches that bring you valuable customers.
Now for the scary part. Let's talk about risk. Our source material had a line that just nails the biggest danger out there. Poor link building is one of the biggest SEO risks. This is when people use sketchy, black hat tactics to get links. This is where a pretender can do real, lasting damage to your site, damage that can get you penalized by Google for years.
So what's the safe alternative? The magic words you want to listen for are white hat methods. All this means is that they play by the rules. They focus on earning high-quality links, not tricking the system. It's the difference between building a business on solid rock versus building it on sand.
And because the world of SEO is changing like every single day, you need a partner who never stops learning. You should ask them, what blogs do you read? Do you go to industry events? Do you run your own tests? You see, a pro is always learning. A pretender? They're still using the playbook from 5 years ago, and that's a recipe for disaster.
This all leads us to our final and, maybe the most important section. Hiring the right SEO expert isn't just a one-off task. It's really about starting a long-term partnership that's built on communication, transparency, and shared goals for growth. A good partnership has to be a transparent one. From day one, you should have a clear schedule for meetings. You should expect to get detailed monthly reports that don't just show you data, but explain what they did, what happened, and what's next. And you both have to agree on exactly which key performance indicators, or KPIs, you're going to use to measure success. No ambiguity.
Because at the end of the day, that's the whole point of this. The goal isn't some quick, temporary bump from a risky tactic. The real goal is long-term, sustainable growth that you achieve with a partner you trust, someone who's transparent, aligned with your goals, and genuinely invested in seeing you win.
So I'll just leave you with this one final question to think about. The next time you're about to hire someone for SEO, ask yourself this: am I just hiring a consultant to do a task, or am I choosing a true partner for growth? I think you'll find the answer tells you everything you need to know. Thanks for tuning in.